Yep.
Hi there folks, my name is Novawing24 and here we are at FlightSimCon. So today we are having a chat to Damien. So Damien from HiFi Simulations. Pleasure to have you here, Damien.
Thank you. Likewise.
So Damien, you've come here now. I see the banner behind you there. So we've got of course, HiFi Next is like, it's pretty much the industry standard when it comes to weather simulations at the moment.
Now I know you will be chosen.
So everyone's sort of intrigued, the rumours that you guys are coming out with something new, and you're here today with it. So, tell us about it. What are we looking at, and what's this cloud out that we see sort of added as well?
Excellent. Yes. So AS16 is basically the next generation weather engine that supersedes Active Sky Next. We've been working on it for a little over 2.5 years now, and it essentially builds upon Active Sky Next. It increases the realism, the performance, user interfaces change. We've managed to implement hundreds of suggestions that we weren't able to add to AS Next that require design changes. So it's the next generation, just like we've been releasing new full version weather simulation engines every 2 to 3 years. This is the next step, past the next, if you will. Active Sky 16. It happens to be our 16th full version. So we started this 16 years ago. This is a culmination of everything that we've put in over the years. It includes some new features such as cloud motion effects. It includes a scenario system to try certain weather phenomena like microbursts, gusting wind scenarios, wind turbulence, VFR into IMC conditions, and there's about 6 scenarios included, so you can easily jump right in and experience something. We tried to model them after real-world events.
That's something that actually really intrigues me, because one of the things that I myself, as a user of Active Sky Next, and I love it for live weather and historical data. I always found it challenging to try and understand if I want to go into a specific scenario, or I want to challenge myself, how do I perform as a pilot, and how does my aircraft perform in specific scenarios. So you talked about that you have those preset scenarios, or it's customizable, so I can create those scenarios?
You can absolutely. They use a basic text file system. You can create scenarios. You can use the existing ones as a reference. But essentially, you have a start position, a start orientation. You can use any aircraft, however, and you can assign the weather conditions using our new custom weather settings system, which is another new feature. We kind of got the old system manual. It was a little bit too confusing and clunky, if you will.
It was horribly clunky. I'm sorry. I love it, but it was just that interface for that particular part.
I understand. I agree. And it is a challenge because a lot of the conditions require certain parameters to be met, certain conditions. For example, you can't have rain without a cloud. You can't have heavy rain with a very thin layer. And that's not the fidelity that our weather engine is trying to achieve. So what we did is we made it a wizard-based system. So now you can define a custom weather area anywhere by using a map. It's all digital now. Just right-click, add a custom weather area. You can set it by METAR, or you can go through about 8 steps to set each different condition in stages, so there's no more interference. You can't set rain without a cloud. You can't do these things. And if you have a questionable type of condition, then it might provide unexpected results. We'll tell you right there. Say, warning, maybe you want to increase the thickness of this layer if you want this heavy rain precipitation.
So it even gives you that live feedback as the user as well.
It does. The last step before you apply that weather, it gives you all the information. Checks it, if you will. It kind of debugs you.
So that's another. I was going to say that's a really great thing, because I know a lot of people just want to fly. Of course, we all know debugging and tweaking things. It's part of the fun of flight simulation. Sometimes you just want to have something that just works.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a really good idea where you get that live feedback.
Yes, absolutely. So beyond custom weather, the in-cloud motion effect while you're flying through clouds with AS16, you're entering a layer. Users have been asking us for a long time to do something to try to get that sensation of speed. So we worked on that. We actually have a particle effect now that triggers as you enter certain types of clouds and exit and transit through them. You get that wispy type of feeling. It's pretty cool. It really adds.
It's no longer that sort of snap as I hit that cloud bank.
Yes.
It just goes snap. I can't see anything.
Now some clouds, like a thick or a marine layer type stratus layer, it doesn't really have that in real life. You kind of just maybe as you're transiting up and down from it, and once you're in it, it's kind of just all white out. So we try to make it realistic and alter the effect based on the type of cloud that you're experiencing. So what else? AS16 also has. Okay, so high latitude clouds. It's been a problem with FSX or the FSS system for very long, at least 6 years that we've been working on it. Try to improve the high latitude clouds. So when you're above about 55 degrees north and south latitude, because of the way the weather cells are structured based upon the lines of longitude, you'll get a squeezed effect because the weather cell actually shrinks closer to the poles. So the depiction of the clouds will tend to be very vertical and not have enough horizontal volume. Yes, so we worked really hard on basically expanding the volume of the cloud in the horizontal realm, so that when you're at those high latitudes, the clouds look just like they would at the equator. And again, it has been very challenging, but something our users really wanted, so we put the effort in. And
especially for those of us who live at those latitudes.
Yes, a lot of people do. In European regions, anywhere north, Iceland, Baltic routes or the Atlantic routes across the ocean, very common to experience those conditions, and it's very immersion killing. So we worked hard on that as well.
That's really exciting, and that intrigues me because it means that there's a lot more. As much thought that goes into it, there's a lot more dimensions seem to be going into 16 now than ever before. We're actually looking at not just the volume of the cloud, but actually looking at how does the volume of the cloud change within the sense at the different latitudes.
So we've really focused a lot on the experience and the visual quality of the experience. Versus previous versions where we focus more on the technical aspect of being more accurate with the weather conditions and following that VTAR and the WAF reports exactly. We put a lot of focus over the years. We feel like we've gotten very mature in that regard, so we wanted to focus this time on more of the experience. As a real pilot myself, that's why I got into this in the first place. 16 years ago, there wasn't anything that provided the type of experience that I knew we could achieve, or I hoped that we could achieve. And that's just the ongoing journey that we're in still today, to try to make things more realistic and a better experience. So with AS16, we focused on that experience, the visual quality, the effects, to really bring that feeling that you're really flying through weather, and it's not just something static on the screen. It's something that can really, it can hurt you if you fly through it. You fly through a big thunderstorm, it's not going to be easy. Might as well, in some cases you're going to have no aircraft control at all. So we try to kind of what we call give thunderstorms with teeth to the users. You make people have to actually avoid certain situations as a real pilot would. Weather is one of the most dynamic things, the most dangerous things in flying, and this is something, one of our ongoing goals that we feel with AS16.
And it's one of those things that, as you know, as a pilot, that we saw, if you avoid weather, especially thunderstorms and stuff like that, because they do have teeth. They will come back and
absolutely.
That's interesting though, but moving back for a moment, you mentioned that you wanted to make it more visually appealing as well. So I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say cloud art. I'm guessing you've got something else up your sleeve that we haven't perhaps seen, at least not for a while, from you guys.
Right. So, you're probably familiar in the past, we've released a few graphics products in partnership with some other developers and other artists. For the past, since AS 2012, we haven't done graphics, but we have a great new artist now, Diana Lopez. She comes from AAA titles, has a lot of experience in texturing and environment type of modeling, both 3D and 2D. So she's been able to help us kind of bring the quality that we had hoped and the focus on realism that we had hoped, because with graphics it's very subjective, of course, but we wanted to focus on a realistic, widely basically a conservative approach where you're not going to get conditions that kind of blow the realism or the immersion factor because they look too vivid, too shadowed, too HDR. We want something very conservative and realistic. So that was our focus, and I think we've managed to do pretty well with that. So ASCA incorporates sky textures, cloud textures, both low 3D clouds, cirrus clouds, and also has for the first time 3D models. So we have essentially thousands of different models that completely transform the actual structures of the clouds in the simulator.
So you're completely, now you're not just replacing the weather system simulator, now you're actually visually how those work. graphically have it this way, but actually model how the clouds are used.
Exactly, the entire 3D shape of the cloud. So if you look, for example, on this, you have some of these towering shapes, or something you might not have seen before, and that's really what our focus was, is to provide a unique look. I think everybody's used to the default models in FSX.
Very much so.
I think we kind of wanted to change something that was more varied and also bigger, and a bigger, more ominous feel to clouds, especially convective clouds. So
I was watching the video there before, and it was sort of having that size of that cloud and actually showing the fact that the clouds aren't just sort of one or two layers, they appear in multiple layers and have that depth, vertical depth as well. So that's what you aim for with doing the 3D models.
Absolutely. It was one of our biggest focuses, was to provide the size and the volume that you would expect, especially in those convective conditions. But it's not just convective. You know, there's benign marine layer type conditions, or fair weather clouds, or rainy type of weather. It's not necessarily convective, but you know, we did focus on convective looks. It's we hear it all the time. Our users ask, "I want the thunderstorms to look bigger. They look so puny," and we agreed. So that's what we put a lot of focus into. Now, so ASCA is sky colors. It's 3D clouds, lower clouds, it's cirrus clouds, and it's 3D models. So those are kind of traditional. It's our own take on that. The new models is new. However, in the past with graphics add-ons, you would have to install those textures before the simulator session started. So if you wanted something to change, you'd have to wait for the next flight, or shut down your simulator. Nobody did that.
Which is very frustrating.
Yes.
When you go, that didn't quite look right, and I'm now going to restart my simulator.
Yes. So how cool would it be to actually get those textures to change during your flight? Not just once or twice, but an infinite amount of times, depending on the weather conditions and depending on the location of the boat.
I would question if that's even possible in the engine we have right now.
Right. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people would. I didn't think we could do it in the beginning, but we spent over 2 years working on this, and we finally were able to accomplish it and make it stable.
We're talking a dynamic change of cloud and sky textures without the silvery stuff.
Correct. And not only can you globally change the textures applied in real time an infinite amount of times, you actually have simultaneous variation. So one area of clouds over here can have one set of textures, another cloud here can have a different set of textures, vice versa. We have up to 8.
And they will dynamically load as you go.
Yes, absolutely. So we could demonstrate that. We're trying to demonstrate that today. A lot of people have the same reaction. That I don't believe it. Can't believe you can do that. We found a way, and we worked really hard on it, and we're very proud to finally almost be able to release that. Very close to that.
That's incredible. Well, of course, you know, a lot of people have. I know I'm definitely extremely excited about this now. You said it's coming soon. How soon are we talking?
Well, it's always hard, you know, with software, especially in this community. There's always curveballs thrown at you, new versions of simulators coming out. We're delayed right now.
Lockheed Martin, I hope you heard that. Just FYI, stop pushing out hot fixes without telling us.
Keep it up. We're okay. Keeps us on our toes. We're a little bit delayed now. We had hoped to release before the show. We're just tying up some loose ends. We hope to release very soon. So hopefully within the next month.
Right. Now, of course, the next question, of course, is now with simulator sort of preference. Is this something that is going to be just for P3D users? Or
no, it's for P3D. 3.2 is required or later.
Okay, so 2.5.
Unfortunately, no. 2.5 doesn't have the new depiction techniques that we are doing. For example, to bring new volumetric fog smooth, which is something we didn't talk about. But for P3D, visibility transitions are now smooth. In-cloud visibility reduction is all now working. P3D version 3 changed things and kind of broke that. We had things working in earlier versions, but it took a lot of effort to get that working again, and it requires version 3. So we kind of have moved forward. Unfortunately, we can't support the older version of P3D. So 3.2 plus is required, and then it is compatible also with FSX, blocks, SQ2 acceleration, and Steam Edition.
So we've got the major ones there, and I know from the statistics out there that most P3D users have now moved on to P3D. and it's very interesting, as I said, sort of from a sort of a casual level as well, how much P3 version 3 actually changed under the hood.
Yes.
Visually it sort of changed a bit, but under the hood it's always used for developers I talk to them.
Yes, and it's really nice to have it. You know, sometimes it's a little frustrating and challenging for a developer to constantly have to work with that moving target, but we're very glad that Lockheed Martin is doing that for us and kind of reviving things in a forward direction, and we're seeing new features. As far as the API and SDK capabilities, there's a lot of new stuff, and we're trying to dive into that. We've done a little bit here, and moving forward we're going to be doing even more, but that kind of diverges from FSX and the older kind of universal SymConnect interfacing technologies. So you might have heard of the PDK for P3D, enabling lots of cool new stuff, and we're full on board with that, but it is going to be a new kind of separate effort in that direction.
Well, look, I for one cannot wait to see this. As I said, I've been an actor for some time and really excited, and just slightly mind boggles the idea of having dynamic texture replacement in this thing. That just sounds incredible. So, Damien, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to me today. I've talked to my viewers, so thanks very much, folks, for tuning in. Don't forget, as always, that you can pick up all the information over at HiFi Studios website, and that should be available very, very soon. Look for the release date coming shortly. Thank you again, folks. Take care. Safe, guys.
Thank you.